And we welcome you to the Daily Serve here on the Alfa Romeo Terrace at Roland Garros. Brett Haber alongside Hall of Famer Tracy Austin. What a day at the French Open for the American women. Not one, but two advancing to the semifinals, where they will play each other. Madison Keys over Yulia Putintseva of Kazakhstan, and Sloane Stephens easily over Daria Kasatkina. Tracy setting up a rematch of last year's U.S. Open final.
Yeah, Madison got down a break in that first set. She was down 5-3, but she said she was so proud the way she stayed level-headed, and then from then on, she really was in control with her big serve, her big forehand. She's really finding that nice balance of power, but yet still being consistent. And
Sloane Stephens has played with immense confidence. Kasatkina, a very tricky player on clay, a player who's been deep in this tournament before, and Sloane also seemed to have just the right mix of offense and defense.
She really did. She was nice and steady, and it was the 8th game of the first set that really was important. It was a 10-minute game. It was 8 deuces back and forth, and it was Sloane who just came out on top, played the bigger point better. And after that, it was Sloane who really cruised to victory.
She served 82% first serves in the match, makes her 3rd Grand Slam semifinal, one in Australia, one here, and of course the U.S. Open title last year. That counts for a semifinal as well. So that's what happened on the women's side. As you probably know by now, on the men's side, Novak Djokovic out to Marco Cecchinato in a dramatic 4-setter with a long tiebreak. This is Stuart Fraser from the London Times with a quote that Djokovic gave in his very brief press conference, Tracy, saying he may not play the grass.
Yeah, I hope this is just an emotional statement, because it was not long after losing that 4-setter in such a long 4-set tiebreak that he was in press. I wish he had taken a little bit more time, maybe settled, but hopefully we see Novak on the grass, because he has made some strides in the spring. But, you know, this was a very, very disappointing loss, because he had 5-2 in that 4th set. Looked like he was really cruising. In the 5th set, I'm not sure how much Cecchinato would have had.
And let's give credit to the Italian. Cecchinato, 72 in the world coming into this tournament, only had 12 tour-level wins in his life. He's now going to be inside the top 30, seated at Wimbledon in a Grand Slam semifinal. Never won a Grand Slam match before.
A match.
This week.
That
never
is
a
incredible.
Match. It's one of those stories. So who picked Cecchinato in our guaranteed winners competition? Well, no, nobody did, but that's okay. So Tracy, you logically picked Novak Djokovic, as did Justin, as did Wertheim, as did Chanda Rubin.
I thought was my biggest slam dunk of the week.
Little did we know. You're not alone, Tracy. So we update the standings. Tracy's finally got a loss. So does Chanda. Rock Courier is the only... Oh, no, James Blake and Rock are both undefeated.
Unbelievable. Great job, guys.
All right, so that's going to do it for this edition of the Daily Serve. Let's take a look at the schedule for Wednesday, the final stage of the quarterfinals. We start with Muguruza and Sharapova. Maria had the day off after withdrawal of Serena. And Rafa, could he face any trouble against Schwartzman, the diminutive Argentine?
I don't think so. I think Rafa is on his way to his 11th title. The match that interests me the most is Garbiñe Muguruza, who won here a couple of years ago, and Sharapova, who's won 2 times, and I think considers clay now her best surface. Maria's 3-0 in that matchup, but they were a while ago.
All right, Halep and Kerber played a brilliant one down in Australia, and of course Cilic and Del Potro, both U.S. Open champions. It all begins 7 a.m. Eastern on Tennis Channel and TC+. We'll see you then.